welcome, Star Wars fans all across the galaxy. This is Uneducated Star Wars Talk, brought to you by the Uneducated Network. I'm your host, Chris Lambert, and thanks for making me a part of your day. So, the Solo, a Star Wars story premiere, red carpet premiere, was over the weekend or sometime last week, and got a lot of news coming out of it. Got some good reactions. Well, there's only one real reaction that I've seen, but you know the ads and stuff on Facebook, Twitter, that you forced to see some of the reactions. And there's only one video I kind of watch, and I usually stay away from movies that I want to see, that I'm super excited for. I stay away from people's early reviews, they first thoughts and things like that, because I want to go into the movie with my own thought. I don't want to have what people said about the movie prejudging the movie. I don't want to do that. I want to have my thoughts about the movie. I don't want to go in looking for things like, oh yeah, but my man Jon Favreau, he's one of my favorite movie reviewers, movie news people. Shout out to him. He's the only guy I really watched his reaction. He's also a huge Star Wars fan, so his take on it really means something to me. And he had a positive reaction. It's a good, fun, adventurous movie, is what he said. And I'm super excited for it because John can be pretty tough on movies, and I know he's not Star Wars biased because he will quickly call BS on something that's BS. He'll tell you things that he don't like, and he'll also tell you things that he do like and why he likes it and doesn't like it. But not here to talk about Jon Favreau. But a fun, adventurous movie, and that's kind of what I was expecting. At first, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it would be more like a western, had a western feel to it, but with Lando, Han, and Chewie, you know there's gonna be jokes, and most westerns I watch, they're more on a serious tone. But I would maybe it'll still have some western feel to it. I'll be looking for that because I do kind of like some westerns and stuff like that. So maybe it touches on some of that because some scenes in the trailer does seem like it has some westerns feel to it. But like I said, the movie so far from the premiere got some good reactions. Nobody's calling it like movie of the year or the greatest movie ever or anything like that. But they're saying it's a good, fun movie and that people are probably going to have a good time to it. So that leads to me with my first sort of topic, and that is my predictions for Solo. And this is not like story predictions or anything like that, but my box office predictions basically. What do I think is gonna do like the first weekend? I think it's gonna sit at around $210 million. Maybe even a little lower than that, because the Star Wars fan base really wasn't excited for this movie. Well, not really. Some of us wasn't really excited for this movie. Not a lot of people even wanted this movie made and everything. A lot of Star Wars fans and a lot of maybe the general public now even know about the deal with Lord and Miller and Ron Howard coming in and taking over the film, and even general public people probably hear us Star Wars fans complaining about that, and that might be a turn off to some people. Like, oh, the Star Wars fans not even excited about this movie. Why should I? So that might drive some people away. So I'm really sitting in that 190, 210. 210, I think, is the max opening weekend. I really hope it does better. I'm a Star Wars fan. I want it to be the greatest movie ever, every time a movie come out. So, but in reality, I really think it'll be that stint of the directors and everything going on behind that acting coach. And even though it doesn't bother me because from what I hear, actors need acting coaches all the time. So, but I think all that might play a part into it. So 190, 210 max, somewhere around that range. I think first weekend box office for Solo. That's my prediction. We'll see. I think the legs of the movie will probably have to have a lot to do with the public reactions, the reviews coming out about it, word of mouth, basically. That's what I think the legs will come in at. And if it's fun, if it's as fun as a movie as people are saying, as my man Jon Favreau is saying, maybe it does pretty well. It has our man Donald Glover. He's on fire right now. Like, he has to be like the hottest guy out right now. Like, every time I turn around, he's getting mentioned. Really love his show Atlanta too. If you haven't watched that, get on that. This crazy show. But it might be just him might pull in some people. Alden Ehrenreich, I heard his performance was pretty good in the movie. So I'm really excited. We got another week. Next week Solo comes out, and I am crazy excited after the premiere and hearing the positive things. And I think it could be. I think, like I said, depending on word of mouth and depending on how good the actual movie is, it could do pretty well and shock a couple people. But staying with the standalones, we got a little news about that Obi-Wan movie thing that might be happening. We all think it's happening. Sounds like it's happening. My man John Campia, the same video I was watching, and he said he talked to a couple people of within Lucasfilm. The movie hasn't been greenlit yet, like it's not official, but it seems official. He says talking to people within Lucasfilm, talking to people who deal with Star Wars and everything. Like you said, it looks like they're moving ahead with the Obi-Wan movie. Super excited. I think I said this before that I'm not crazy over a Obi-Wan movie. It's I don't know what take they're gonna do because to my knowledge, Obi-Wan maybe just sat on Tatooine watching Luke, and yeah, he had probably had problems he had to deal with on Tatooine. That's how you know Mos Eisley watching Luke dealing with the Tusken Raiders and stuff. I'm sure that in episode 4 wasn't the first time he saved Luke's skin. So seeing Obi-Wan maybe do all that, maybe a little interesting, maybe a little fun. We'll have to see. They don't know. I don't know. I don't know. They haven't talked really anything about it. But from what John Campia was saying, is like basically everything's moving forward. Is that we just waiting on them to announce it, and that's Lucasfilm announcing it. And of course, they're not gonna announce it before Solo comes out. And I think it might be maybe reactionary to the good reactions to Solo. So maybe they felt a lot more comfortable telling another not origin story, but another prequel, if you will, because the Obi-Wan movie will be a prequel kind of, because we do have Obi-Wan's younger days, but it'll be a prequel to episode 4 and a sequel to episode 3. So maybe they feel a lot more comfortable within that time period, seeing those reactions to Solo, and I'm all for it. If you can make it good, I'll be there. So we don't know yet, and hopefully, because a lot of fans in the community want the Obi-Wan movie. I haven't really seen anybody kind of feel the way I feel about the maybe a boring story on Tatooine, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if you get a good enough director, Ewan McGregor is a great actor. Maybe if you get a good enough director, get those close isolation shots, him talking to Qui-Gon, figuring out those type of things, and just the whole Obi-Wan thing on Tatooine might be interesting. I never was truly super excited for it, but as a Star Wars fan, of course I'm going to see it. I love the prequels as well. Obi-Wan was a bright, shining star in the prequel trilogy, so it'll be good to see him get his movie and come back to the screen. Ewan McGregor, he's always been on board with it, so why not? Another news bit that got not released. Well, Jon Favreau was talking about his Star Wars series, and that's a live action series that will be launching on Disney's streaming service when that launches. I don't know the exact year when they was going to be launching that. Maybe after 2020 or something like that. Because Favreau is working on Lion King. I really want to see that because I grew up with the original Lion Kings, and Favreau, he talked a little bit about his series, and the biggest news is that it's going to be 7 years after the Battle of Yavin. That is great news to me because they're getting away from that pre-episode 4, that rebellion era. They're getting away from that, telling other stories. We already got the animated series that we know is going to be after episode 6. It's going to be some years after episode 6. It's entitled Resistance, so we know that it's around that time frame. So them stepping out of their comfort zone of the rebellion and it'll still be the rebellion, but not pre-first Death Star. This will be after if you don't know, after the Battle of Yavin. The Battle of Yavin is the first Death Star battle, if you're a casual fan. And that's okay. But 7 years after the first Death Star battle, that's pretty interesting to me because they can tell a lot of stories. And they say it's a brand new cast of characters. That's kind of interesting to me because we could in that time frame see a little bit of Luke learning, see some more Han adventures, see some more Orlando, and just stuff like that. That fans really love and stuff like that. But maybe we get attached to the new characters and the story that Jon Favreau is telling, because he did a great job with Jungle Book, and he actually say the CGI is gonna be on par with that. And the Jungle Book CGI was damn good, because those animals, you could swear that the guy, the little boy, I can't think of his name right now, but you could swear that he was actually in the jungle talking to these animals. But like 80% of the movie is CGI. We'll have to see. And like I said about the new characters, what I really want out of this live action series, I want Inferno Squad to come back. I want to see a little bit more of Inferno Squad. We got Battlefront 2. That the campaign was damn good. I really like the campaign. Like I said before, like that campaign is up there with me because I have played it multiple times. It's not too many first person shooters that you want to go back to the campaign. It's just usually focused on multiplayer. But Battlefront 2, maybe I'm biased because it's Star Wars and it's a Star Wars story, so I wanted to dig deeper into everything. So maybe it's that, but I really liked the story in Battlefront 2 in that campaign, and I kind of fell in love with Inferno Squad. I loved it. Kind of sounds weird saying you love the Empire, but the Empire interests me. Their ranks and just how they do business and they galactic conquest, everything about that interests me. So I want to see more of Inferno Squad. Maybe they can have a run-in with these new characters. Maybe they want to have a couple episodes or a season predominantly having them in there, and I would be super on board with that. But that wasn't actual news. Like they didn't say anything about the Inferno Squad being in it or anything, but that's just something I personally want because I love that squad. I love the book Inferno Squad. I think I might give it another read now that I think about it. I love that book and fell in love with those characters. Aiden is a beast, and the rest of the squad they fit in perfectly. We can learn a little bit. Well, thinking about the time frame, it will probably still just be the three members that we're familiar with. So I really want Inferno Squad in this series, and with that time frame, Inferno Squad is just 7 years after the Battle of Yavin. The Battle of Yavin is why Inferno Squad came to be. It would make sense for Inferno Squad to be there. So hopefully that's what I can get. But that'll be all for this video. We had like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and break down every little news bit that came out of the premiere. I'm sure there's a couple other things I missed. And I don't read, but I don't read every little thing about every movie coming out, especially movies that I'm super excited for. I want to go into the movie fresh, so I don't know a lot about Solo, and I didn't want to watch the red carpet premiere thing on YouTube, so I didn't. I just seen some of the photos, seen my man John Campia video, watched that, but that's all that really came. That was the three most important things I feel like came out of the premiere weekend. What did you find out? What did you find most important? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to leave a subscribe, like the video if you like it, and I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.